everyone, it's Elena and I'm back with another video. I got a few comments about what's in my bag because I sometimes show how I pack my bags in my vlogs, but it's always in a really quick time lapse, so you can never really see what I put in there. So I thought I would share with you guys what I put in my bag for university. Now before we get started, I just quickly wanted to explain my system of bags because I actually use two bags for university. So I have a shopper and I have a backpack, and depending on the day I use either one of them. So I have this shopper which I use on lighter days where I really don't need to bring any books, so you know, just like my writing utensils and that's it, because I don't want, you know, like some very heavy books that are just on one shoulder, because I just don't think it's very healthy, and I don't know, I just don't like it. So I prefer to have a backpack on heavier days. So I also have this backpack. And this, I love this backpack because it can fit so many books. I'm going to show you guys. I put a few of my big books in it and they all fit in there, in addition to my laptop and my iPad and everything else. So this backpack is a gift from heaven if you're doing a degree where you have some big books that you need to bring if you are writing an essay or anything. So I absolutely love this, and I bring it whenever I need to bring any of my books. So yeah, I'm gonna start with this bag, and I'm gonna show you guys what's in here on a normal day, and then I'm going to show you guys what I put in my backpack in addition to these things which are in here when I bring my backpack, because the things in here I always bring, and then depending on the day I bring some additional things if I need to bring my backpack. So yeah. Also, by the way, if you guys are interested in any of the things that I'm mentioning or the bags, I'm going to link all of it in the info box below. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I always have in my shopper is my card holder. And this is probably the most important thing as a university student, because when you're in university, you get one of these university cards. And basically, it just gives you access to, yeah, pretty much everything. So this is what it looks like. This is my card for Cambridge, and it also has your college on it because every college has its own colors. So yeah, if you're in the Cambridge bubble, then you know which of the colors stand for which college. So I'm at St. John's, so that's why I have the colors for St. John's College. And there's this really ugly picture of me. I think I was 14 years old in that picture, and they just asked for a picture for our interviews, and I had no idea that they would end up using these for our university cards. But oh well. But this is pretty much like my purse for me because it also has my credit card and my ID card in it. So like all my important cards are in here, and I don't really like using cash, so for me this is pretty much the one thing that I always bring. And I hardly ever bring my purse because my purse is just too big and I don't like carrying it around because I don't really need it. So like yeah, if you're going to university, like my tip is get a card holder and you won't really need a purse anymore, because yeah, like this thing just replaces everything and it's so much smaller. I mean, compare this to like my purse that I normally carry, like that is a big difference. So I love bringing a card holder and I always bring it. And then obviously the next thing is my keys because I need to get back into my dorm room. And then I also have this antibacterial hand gel because I'm such a germaphobe, so I just bring it everywhere, and you know, whenever I feel like using it, I just take it out. Then we also have this lip balm which has been in here forever, and I don't know why, but I have this massive collection of lip balms, and for some reason I have some in every bag that I own. I have no idea where they all came from, but for some reason at some point in my life I guess I bought a lot of lip balms because I have some everywhere. So that's that. And then I of course have my iPad with me because I always take notes and my lectures on my iPad. And then I usually also bring my MacBook because sometimes I just need to take notes. So I just like to have it with me because all my reading notes are typed, but my lecture notes are written. So I don't really know why, but that's just my system and it's working for me. So yeah. Then I also bring my water bottle because water is life. And then I also bring my agenda because this is where my entire life is documented. Like if I don't have this with me, then I'm pretty much screwed because this contains all my like to-do lists, all the things that, you know, I just need to get done, all my notes for assignments, my planning for essays, it's here. So yeah, losing this would be a really bad thing for me. And then I also always bring an umbrella because it rains a lot in Cambridge and you really don't want to walk back from the faculty in the rain. And because I always have my umbrella with me, I also always bring a plastic bag. And by the way guys, this is like one of my best tips for if you're living in a country where it rains a lot and you just, you know, need to bring an umbrella. Bring a zip bag, because when your umbrella is wet, you don't want to put it back in your bag, but you also don't want to be this person that, you know, puts their wet umbrella everywhere and then like, you know, you just make the entire floor wet as well. It's just, yeah, you just don't want to do that. So bring a zip bag so you can put your umbrella in there when it's wet. And then I also have my beauty bag in this bag. So here I just have some things that, you know, whenever I need to like fresh up my makeup, then I have it in here. Actually, like, I like to think that I would fresh up my makeup, but I don't really. So yeah, like usually I put on lipstick like at the start of the day, and yeah, I just never like, you know, fill it in again. But oh well. But I love this bag. It's really old. I actually stole it from my mom. Hi mom, I know you're watching this. Don't worry, she knows that I have this. But yeah, it's really cool because it has a little mirror, so you can just see you know, what you're doing with your makeup. And in here I have a hair tie because I always need hair ties, and then one lipstick, a lip balm, another lipstick, and a lip gloss. Jesus Christ, Elena, what are you doing? So yeah, as I said, for some reason I have a lot of lip products. I don't know why, because I actually like don't really do a lot with my lips, but oh well. So here we go, you know. But by the way guys, this is an amazing lip balm. I don't know if you guys know this, but I only recently discovered this thanks to a friend of mine, and this is amazing. Like, yeah, like if you have dry lips, this is your new best friend, I promise. So yeah, aside from all these products, I also have my powder in here because I have oily skin, so I do need to, you know, every once in a while freshen up my makeup. And then I also have some perfume in here and a ton of hairpins because my hair is so long, and whenever I wear any hairstyle, it's like doomed to fall apart at some point. So that's why I carry a ton of hairpins wherever I go, so I can pin everything back in place, because whenever some hair falls out, it just really bothers me. So I like to pin it back in place. So yeah, that's everything that I bring in my shopper on a normal day when I don't need to bring any books. There are days when I need to bring more things, especially when I'm writing essays or when I'm preparing supervision work where I have some readings that I can't do online. And that's when I bring my backpack, because it can fit so much more stuff and it's a lot more comfortable to wear than the shopper, especially when there are heavy things in it. So that's why I like bringing this one whenever I have a day where I need to bring a lot. So this is what the backpack looks like, and you can tell it's quite huge. Even when I have it on, it looks quite big, but I love this backpack, and I think it was a really good investment for university. So yeah, if you're deciding between getting a backpack or a handbag for university, I would always go with a backpack because I think it's more healthy if you balance the weight on both shoulders, and it's just a lot more comfortable. And also this one here is water resistant and it closes properly, whereas my shopper doesn't have a zipper, so you can't fully close it. So this one is a lot better if it's raining because it really protects all of my things. So yeah, let's see what's in my backpack. Now the backpack has a little zipper here, and normally I just keep my key and my card holder in there, but there's also big surprise, another lip balm in here because I'm addicted to lip balms, although I have no idea where they came from. But ever since I've been around 14, I've had a lip balm in every bag I own, and it hasn't stopped. So yeah, here's another one of my addiction. So let's see what's in here. So I tried to pack a few of my books in here, and I do want to say this is just a few. Like, this backpack can fit, I think, up to 7 of my textbooks, which is amazing, because sometimes you're writing an essay and you really need those books. Then I just bring them. And yes, it's heavy to bring them, but honestly it's worth it, because then I have the correct citations in my essay and I can look things up when I need to, and you don't, you know, like feel like, oh, maybe I could have written this but I wasn't exactly sure, so I didn't. So I prefer to bring them. It just, you know, calms my anxiety. So yeah, those are only 3 in here, but I could have basically put another few on top of it. And you don't need to close the backpack like this. You can just close it up like this, and then you can fit a lot more books in it. So I hope you guys can see this, because basically I put 3 of my textbooks in here. So there's 3 of my textbooks in there, and then there's my pencil case. and a few of my files. So let's start with my pencil case. My pencil case is quite big for a pencil case, but honestly I love this. Unfortunately the zipper broke, so I'm looking for a new pencil case. So if you guys know any stores where they sell big pencil cases like this, please let me know, because this is super useful. Because in here I just keep all my highlighters and things, and then in here I just keep like my normal writing pens. So this is what it looks like. Oops, it's falling apart. There we go. So this is what I have in here, and mainly I just used this one. But oh well, those are all the ones that I normally use when writing an essay. And then in here I just have some highlighters, some more ink cartridges and things like that. And so yeah, that's my pencil case. I only bring it when I need to write an essay and it needs to be handwritten. When it doesn't need to be handwritten, I usually type it because it's easier, and then I don't need to carry this one. But on days where I have to write an essay, I usually also bring some of these files. So these files are the files where I keep my notes that are handwritten for like a particular day. Those aren't the files where I permanently store notes. They are just for taking things around, and then later on I'll put them in the appropriate folder. But I don't like to bring like my big folders for constitutional law, because that is way too heavy and absolutely unnecessary. So I just bring these, and they are also super useful because you can just hand your essay in and it has your name and your college on it. So if it accidentally gets put in the wrong pigeonhole for another supervisor, you get it back. Your supervisor knows who it's from. So yeah, would highly recommend getting these. They are super cheap. You can get a couple of them for a few pounds on Amazon, and I think they're really useful. So what I do is, for example, when I'm writing an essay, I just put some of this paper where I write my essays on, and then I just make sure that it sticks here, and yeah, I can just hand it in like that. And I really like using these. I think they're really useful, and also they give me a bit of an office feeling, which makes you feel more like doing work, so that's good. So yeah, aside from that, I put 3 of my textbooks in here, so I'm just gonna take these out. So there we go. So you can see how much this backpack can fit, and it can fit all of these things in addition to the things that I put in my shopper, because I bring all of these things on a normal day when I need to bring books, so it can really fit a lot. So those are the books that I put in here. So you can see they take up quite a bit of space, but the backpack can fit them, it's no problem. And you can even add about 4 more books and it should be fine. So other than that, I of course have another plastic bag in here because you don't want your wet umbrella to lie around. And then I also have a bigger plastic bag in here from the university library, because in the university library, at least for Cambridge, you are not allowed to bring a big bag that is not transparent. So they sell these plastic bags, and because you have to pay for it every time, and because you want to be good to the environment, I reuse my bag as much as I can. So I always have this in my backpack so that I can put all my books and my laptop in it. Because I don't want to carry all of it on my arms. Okay, so the next item, you may think this is weird, but please keep in mind that I've lived in Hong Kong for the past 2 years. So yeah, I'll explain this. So I have a face mask in here, and the reason that I have this face mask in here is that at my school in Hong Kong, we basically had a rule that if you had a disease that was contagious, you would usually wear a face mask if it made sense for that particular disease, so that you don't get other people sick. So for example, if you have a cold and you're constantly coughing, you don't need to make other people sick, but you still sometimes want to come to class if it's not too bad. So just wear a face mask, and it helps not to spread the disease further. So yeah, I thought this was a really good idea actually, if you think about it, so that you don't get other people sick, but you can still come to school if you're not too sick, So yeah, that's why I have a face mask in here. And then I also have 2 adapters in here, because Apple thought it would be a great idea to make laptops which don't have a normal USB. So you can only connect USB-Cs to it, and nobody really uses USB-C except for desperate Apple users like me, because we don't have a USB port anymore, which was really a horrible idea in my opinion, but oh well. And since I have one of the new MacBooks, I only have this USB-C port, so I just have to use adapters for basically everything. So I have this big adapter for normal USBs, and HDMI, and another USB-C. And then I also have this one, which I think as a university student you really need. So this is an adapter that you can use to connect to the beamers in university. So if you ever want to project one of your presentations, this adapter is what you need. And this adapter is really useful because probably all of your friends are using USB and you're the only person with a USB-C. So yeah, that's why I have these two adapters. And I also have a special adapter for my camera card, but I don't bring that one around because I don't really need it while I'm working. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have in here. The other things in here are just tissues and some highlighters. So I always have some loose highlighters just, you know, in here, just in case, because sometimes I just need to quickly highlight something. So I just like to, you know, quickly go into my bag, grab a highlighter and just mark it. So that's why I have a few highlighters in there. But that's pretty much all that I have in this backpack. And you can see it's really big. It's like you don't fold the upper part down. So this backpack has really been amazing for university. So yeah, I love this backpack. I really do. It's super useful. But I also really like my shopper because I just think it's a little bit more fashionable to wear it, and it just works better with my style. But both of them are great. So yeah. And there are two more things that I should mention, but I usually forget about them when I say what I put in my bag, because I don't really put them in my bag at the start of the day because I use them when I walk to the faculty, but over the day I put them in my bag. So those are my phone and my headphones. So I use noise cancelling headphones, and I have these headphones which I absolutely love because they really cancel out all the noise around you in the library, which is incredible. And I'm somebody who loves studying in silence, but I also like to be surrounded by people while studying. So, you know, that is a problem because I need silence, but I also want to see other people working to motivate me to work. So yeah, that's why I love noise cancelling headphones. So yeah, those are all the things that I have in my bag on a normal day at university. And if you guys are interested in any of the things that I've shown, I've tried to link everything that I could find online in the info box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye!